Anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, anybody who is watching this right now, YouTube is not for another month or so because they're being complete and utter bastards. So, yeah, definitely go to the YouTube, though. Subscribe, like. We're doing a Patreon for bonus material so that I can afford to get a new computer that actually won't break down trying to push video. And with all of that out of the way, this is Alex Jones, I guess. Well, I'll let it speak for itself.
They rolled Trump, and he didn't stand up at the moment of truth. Donald Trump shit his fucking pants at the fucking moment of truth and shit all over everybody.
Damn.
That's my first approximation. I'm not in a fucking cult for Donald Trump. Fuck him. Fuck his family.
What?
Fuck all these people. All right, see, I shouldn't even be live right now. When are we going on the fucking satellite? God fucking damn it, man. What the fuck? Is there nobody fucking pure in this goddamn fucking world? See, now I'm fucking pissed right now. Syria fought Al-Qaeda, they fought ISIS, they fought it all. And now you got Mattis and fucking all these people shitting all over us.
Yeah!
The goddamn fucking liberal fascists censoring us everywhere the last 2 days. We did an emergency fucking 36-hour broadcast trying to stop this shit that could lead to World War III. And you fucking liberal pieces of fucking shit.
Whoa.
You fucking assholes. Fucking support this. Fuck you. You fucking goddamn degenerate fucks.
Dude, I got to get you on this podcast when we're doing the conspiracy thing about ancient aliens and shit. Yeah, Thomas Dolby, man. His first 3 albums were pretty good, actually. Everyone knows the first one, but he had like Aliens Ate My Buick and The Flat Earth. So Alex Jones is very unhappy with Donald Trump at this point.
And fucking Mueller and fucking Comey and fuck you.
Me? What the hell did I do?
Every major analyst. See, I shouldn't even be on there right now.
Alright, so that was our... I think he's been taking too much of his own supplements that he's selling. Alright, here we go. This first one is, oh boy, the year? I think it's 1982. Officer training of to shoot or not to shoot. Dude. That is so true.
You are watching the reenactment of a crime through the eyes of a police officer on a foot beat. At the moment, everything seems to be under control, but in 15 seconds, you will be faced with a life and death
decision. Hit the fucking fan.
To shoot or not to shoot.
That is.
What would you do?
Shoot. No. I don't know.
You've just been shot at. If you were a police officer, how would you react?
Shoot back. Come on now.
I'm Peter Falk.
Holy shit, it's Columbo.
You probably watched a lot of police shows on TV. When a cop gets in a tight spot, what happens? Bang, bang, bang. Bad guy goes down. Cop holsters his .38, goes off to dinner at a fancy restaurant, the end. This show's a little different. Because you're going to be put in a real-life situation where you're the cop. You'll have a split second to decide whether to shoot or not to shoot. And you may not always be sure just who the bad guy is. And maybe there is no bad guy.
Maybe you shouldn't be standing in front of those targets.
So if you think you'll be a good cop, stick with us. You may be in for some surprises. Just like the real cops.
Fantastic.
The first police revolver was issued to an American law enforcement officer in 1850.
He shot himself in the head with it.
For the next 130 years, violence and controversy have surrounded all attempts to keep the peace by using a gun. This year, police bullets will kill an estimated 600 people. At the same time, almost 100 police officers will be gunned down. While critics of the police say they shoot too often, supporters claim they are overly restricted. But both sides agree on one thing. It is unlikely that we will ever disarm the police.
My penis feels bigger every time I pull the trigger.
We're not here to put the cops on trial. We're not going to put them on a pedestal either. We're here to take a look at what it's like to make a split-second decision that could cost you or someone else their life.
It's called flipping
Let's
a coin.
step into the shoes of a cop in a shoot, don't shoot situation.
Oh, since '82, I can only imagine.
I'm taking a test for police officers. The film I'm watching shows a recreation of an actual police drug raid.
You know what, though? To be honest with you, though, honestly, all these people that are going, oh, the government's coming for our guns. No, they're not. There's more guns in this country than people.
It's a potential shooting situation.
Such a
seen
straw
through the
man.
eyes of a cop.
It's a full-motion video game.
Can't stay there. Don't move.
You're dead, Peter Falk. He got you right in the belly.
My guide in this test is Sergeant Bruce Linsenmayer of the Pasadena Police Department.
He drinks.
Well, I was very uncertain when we first walked into the living room, but I like the fact that I didn't shoot as we were going up the stairs. I didn't feel that
Yeah,
my life
points off for that.
Nobody was imminently in danger
right.
going up the stairs.
Well, and when the guy popped up to shoot at you, you responded. Maybe a little slower than you should have. As soon as he jumped up with that gun, it should have been just right away. The first thing we'll do here is outfit you with a police holster. So you can kind of...
Beverly Dawson is...
Yeah, I mean, dude, I kind of... Yeah, the gun thing is, that cat's out of the bag. There's no way that... No one's ever going to come and take every gun. You know? But no, you don't need a bazooka. And, you know, you say, oh, the government. There are people out there that say, well, if the government has a tank, people should have a tank. It's like, oh, yeah, that's going to work out really well. Yeah, we also have the most people in prison per capita, too, for, like, simple drug offenses like marijuana and stuff like that. So, yeah, we got a lot of guns and we got a lot of people in prison. USA, USA.
One of 25 citizens we invited to take this same test. Beverly is a social worker who works with ex-convicts.
I'll hold it out a little bit more like that. Straight hand.
This will be the first time she has ever fired a gun.
And squeeze through on the trigger. Not too bad?
No.
No?
Well, ringing in the ears.
If you want
Sometimes I don't think the policemen do their jobs very well.
Oh, really?
I guess I feel that there should be more restrictions on the use of guns by police officers.
And in this case...
Richard Rich is an architectural designer who will also take the test.
There are other ways to take care of the problem without shooting them, without going to deadly force. By having to take...
He had a tank delivered to his house? How long ago was this, man? That's crazy. That's not a UPS, though, is it?
Take their gun and shoot someone with it means that they weren't able to control the situation in a more human and civil sort of way.
Oh, okay.
Beverly and Richard will be given a blank-loaded revolver.
That's crazy.
They will fire at the screen when they think it's appropriate to shoot, or take cover behind objects provided in the film. They are not required to shoot. They have simply been instructed to respond to each situation as if they were police officers.
Don't shoot it, drop it down!
You can take the test too.
Can
It
I?
may feel a little funny at first, but use your hand as a gun.
Okay.
You point it at the screen, and imagine yourself as the police officer in charge.
Gotcha.
If you shoot, you should base your decision on the FBI guidelines for the use of deadly force. Shoot only when your life, or the life of another, is in imminent danger.
Oh,
Listen
Peter Falk,
carefully
I'm
to the
sorry, you
radio
startled
calls.
me.
They're your only source of information. Now get ready to shoot, or not to shoot.
That's crazy, dude. That's awesome.
Unit 137, reported a possible child molester, Reed Park. Suspect described as a white male adult, last seen wearing a white t-shirt, gray sweatpants.
Sorry, I'm still working through a cold.
Police officers, don't move!
All the police officers stand still.
How did you react? Would you have fired? Before we see what you should have done, let's see how someone else responded to the same test.
Yeah, and laugh at their misfortune. What? Bang, 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 bang! Great, you just killed 3 children. What?
How many times did you think that you fired your gun?
I think I fired 4 times.
Okay.
Is that right?
That's right. What were you shooting at?
Stuff.
Man escaping.
The man that was running? The same man that shot at you? Who was running in and amongst all those children when you were shooting?
Amongst all those
I
children.
think so. What did you see?
You had an obvious life-endangering situation. You had your suspect who was running a zigzag, evasive type course across the field toward an area of cover, concealment, and he was running in and amongst children. And for you to pull your gun and think that you can John Wayne or pick them off as they run would be a bad assumption.
That's not what the NRA says.
Lies beyond the field. And what was back there in the background was a house, had some lights on in the house and some bushes and that sort of thing. Out of those bushes ran a child that was playing. He was the one that you shot at the last time.
I see.
So all in all, that was
You're
a
a child
completely
killer.
no-shoot situation.
Unit 137, armed robbery alarm at Briar's Liquor Store, 5119 Aruba. No further information.
Everyday little pressers. Oh, this is riveting. Whoa! Holy damn! Great, there's bear all over the place.
What do you think?
I think I might have shot the clerk, but I don't know.
Probably so. Probably so. And more than likely, you have been killed again.
Not quite quick enough with my gun, am I?
Well, I think that in this case, you don't necessarily want to be really quick. I think in this case, you want to get a little cover. As soon as that gun comes up, you know that you have probably a clerk standing.
Yeah, but dude, you remember my roommate? Remember back in the day, he had the M16, and I asked him if it was going to be, if it was fully automatic, and he's tinkering with it. He's going, oh, it's gonna be.
On the right side, an elderly lady on the left side, and a suspect in the middle, in a very narrow corridor to shoot down. And you ducked down, but maybe off to the side would have been a better choice, behind some of the containers. Not that they would stop bullets, but they wouldn't let the bad guy see you. So
You don't need that kind of right mindset. Come on, dude. You just shoot from the hip. Come on.
probably there was a don't shoot situation merely because there were other people in the immediate field of fire.
How did you react in those situations? We'll have more throughout the program, but first let's see how other citizens responded.
Yeah.
47% shot as the suspect ran through the park. 21% shot as the child ran from the bushes. 14% shot at the suspect, but 24% shot at the manager. More important, 90% took no evasive action and could have been shot. They would join over 750 police officers who are injured by gunfire each year.
1511, 1033, 1033. My partner is being shot. We are at 1405 East 61 Street. Request an ambulance. 13 Adam.
Person, yes, 13 Adam's partner's been shot. He's at 140.
I never envisioned myself getting into any shooting incident.
Are there any suspects outstanding?
It's like it always happens to the other guy. Unfortunately, it happened to me this time.
What, hair loss?
No cop expects to get shot. Certainly not on a routine call. But that's when it happens about half the time. 4 months ago, Jim McSweeney was approaching a house on a neighbor disturbance call when he saw a gun poke out of a window.
All of a sudden, I saw a puff of smoke. I looked down at my arm, and it was covered with blood. My initial response was, that son of a bitch shot me. An instant later, my next thought was, my God, I'm going to die. My arm was outstretched like this. The bullet went in here, exited here, and then struck me in the chest here.
McSweeney's life was saved by his bulletproof vest. The bullet caught in the very edge of the webbing, resulting in a superficial chest wound and a large bruise.
Would that have killed him?
6 weeks later, McSweeney was back to work.
I've got a Model 60 in my left rear pocket. I've got extra rounds in my top shirt pocket, right side. And
I got a hand grenade in my
I carry
sock.
a boot knife. And I got Safari-Land speedy loaders. It seems a bit paranoid, but up until I got shot, it wasn't really in my mind that anybody could shoot me.
Very few officers escape the emotional after effects of being shot. Many retreat, trying to avoid dangerous situations. Others try to control their environment by being more aggressive.
Oh, dude, do you know who died? Fucking the guy, the UFO guy, the late night UFO guy, Art Bell. He died. No more stories about reptilians, I guess.
We're conducting an investigation, PCP investigation.
Oh, and Barbara Bush, too.
You understand now?
Thank you. I just want to know what was going on.
Check him out. Immediately after the shooting, I was very uptight about people who did not follow my directions. Ed took me aside one time and pointed out certain specific points where I had to be less aggressive. Yeah. Hey, Mike, you can come here and take a look at it. Whoa! That's it.
What is it?
Why did she go in?
Oh, they arrested
Things are
Santa.
not back to normal in any sense. They'll never be back to normal. I think about it constantly.
This one?
I had problems sleeping. There are other problems that are too personal right now to talk about.
Yeah, he was a crazy
Hey,
fuck.
buddy. It's always in the back of your mind. Anybody can shoot you.
We got everybody? Well, Mike's coming.
It's America.
Unit 137. Report of a burglary in progress. Worldwide storage.
All right, this time I'm not going to shoot any civilians.
No further description.
Wow, this was like first-person shooters before they were even a thing. Well, shit, dude, look at California, all the road rage they have out there. I remember hearing... Drop. No, it's just a roller derby team. I think there was somebody who shot somebody in California on the freeway with the goddamn crossbow. It's like, what? All right, that's...
On this situation in the warehouse, you shot. Why did you shoot, and who were you shooting at?
I was shooting at whoever was escaping, but...
Everyone looked like my ex-husband, so I shot everybody.
Could you see the person that you were shooting at?
No.
But what you have is a property crime, a burglary. You don't have a life-endangering situation at this point. Those three people who ran were children. One of them had a skateboard. Oftentimes the lighting is such that you can't see clearly, so the justification to shoot is very, very thin, and in this case would be a no-shoot.
The average police officer will fire his weapon at a suspect only once every 9 years. But the memory of that confrontation can be the most vivid of his career. For Alan Fairchild, it began as a family disturbance call.
Be right back.
We got up to the apartment. We knocked on the door. The door opened, and my partner yelled, "Look out, we've had it." At this point, a knife and a man came flying through the door in a motion. Well, my partner stepped back. He was in front of me. We both tripped and tumbled down the stairs. He went over the banister. He fell about 10 feet and landed on his head. And the man had come down the stairs and was stooped over my partner holding a kitchen knife in his hand. the man picked up my partner's arm. I drew my revolver and I cocked it, told the man to freeze. He, whether he didn't understand me, whether he was drunk, I don't know, but he didn't drop the knife. He waved the knife around and I thought he was going to stab my partner with it. I shot one time, the bullet hit him in the arm. He dropped the knife and fell back.
I bet he did.
I didn't feel, like I was going to pass out or get sick or anything. There was I couldn't tell of any feeling. But by the time we left the scene, which was after the man was gone in the ambulance, my partner had gone in the ambulance, they left me to drive the radio car, and they wouldn't let me because I was fumbling with it a little bit. So it was hitting me about the time we left the building, and I got to the precinct. It was, I'll tell you, if you never did it, or
it was so heavy, man.
You see gun shows on TV and cop shows on TV and shoot them up and everything. Believe me, if you haven't shot anybody before, it's not the greatest feeling in the world.
You're really missing out.
Unit 137. Report to the sniper.
Oh, how many of these are we gonna have? Come on now. Oh, sniper. We just upped.
No description suspect.
We just upped the ante.
There he is on the track. Get your hands up.
How you
Get your
doing?
hands up. Hold it right there. John, watch him. Hold it right there, John. He's reaching behind his back.
He doesn't have anything.
Don't move. John, watch out.
I am deaf and dumb.
There he is on the track.
I called it. He didn't have anything. I didn't know he was going to do that. I'm deaf and dumb.
Verbal commands.
Hold right there. Stop. Freeze, brother. Hold it.
Freeze, brother. Are you done criticizing us, asshole?
The deaf mute. That's right. Shot them with your gun. That's right.
Now they're a dead deaf mute.
Officer?
Good job.
Well, I thought he had a gun. Yeah, when he pulled it out of his back pocket, like that.
What did you think? What did you think that he was pulling out?
Well, I thought he was pulling out a gun.
Legally, it would be a justifiable shooting, based solely on the beliefs of the officer. What was his state of mind at the time? Whether or not it would be a justifiable shooting in the eyes of the community or in the officer's own eyes afterwards is entirely a different story.
The legal justification to shoot
centers
around the officer's sense of imminent danger.
Yeah, I think you got him.
If he has reasonable cause to fear for his life or the life of another person, he can fire. For Jim Harris, a shooting 5 years ago still haunts him, even though it was legally justified. It happened when Harris and his trainee were called to a barroom disturbance. They went inside with the owner, but as they entered the office, Harris turned for a moment to check on his trainee. When he turned around, the owner had moved behind the desk.
Art by Billy Gibson.
I saw him drawing
8th grade.
a handgun from a drawer. My immediate feelings and emotions was that of tremendous fear. I just knew that at any moment the weapon was going to discharge and a bullet was going to strike me. I immediately began to move to my left as fast as possible, and upon reaching the position of cover, I just brought the weapon up and fired where the man had been standing. I saw in my mind's eye the bullet strike him. I saw a small black hole in the white shirt that he was wearing. I saw his body begin to tremble as he raised his arms parallel, his hands parallel to his head. He then dropped the gun from his hand. His whole body trembled as he turned and began to walk towards me. I backed up in fear, and as he was walking towards me, he said, "I wasn't going to shoot you."
He still had a gun, though. What the hell? Didn't he?
He then collapsed on the floor, and I saw a large pool of blood begin to form.
That's the thing, though. You can't.
There was a roaring
You can't
sound in my
predict
ears.
intent.
As I walked out of the kitchen area into the bar, I heard people shouting, "That's him."
I'm so ashamed. Nah, that's
He's
gotta
the
be
one
pretty
who did
screwed
it.
up, though.
The bar owner died almost immediately. Jim Harris was faced with the possibility that he had just killed a man who did not mean to be a threat to him.
Yeah, the only thing I shot was an M16 in basic training and whatever. I had never really shot anything like that before, but I actually got marksman on it. It's not that difficult. They don't kick that much, but you got to shoot standing, kneeling, and lying, all with support. So 6 different ways you have to shoot and hit a target.
What was that man going to do with the gun? When he took it from the drawer,
He's going to light his cigarette.
pointed it at me, what was he going to do with that gun? You know, that question is in light of what he said to me just before he fell to the floor and became unconscious, and when he said, "I wasn't going to shoot you." Well, that particular question will probably never be resolved in my mind. It's an unanswerable question.
All right, Dr. Phil will be waiting for you.
Most of us talk about a cop's decision to shoot, but a better word might be reaction. Once it starts, the average shooting is over in 5 seconds.
That's it. Stop the
Not a lot of time
semantics.
to make decisions. Now let's see how you do in the final shoot, don't shoot test.
All right.
Unit 137.
This is it for all the marbles, for all the bananas.
University Avenue. Contact hotel manager Joe Sabatello.
I am a big man. Yes, I am. I got a big gun.
I don't know. He had it in his hand. What's the guy look like? A big white guy. What kind of clothes he wearing? I don't know, man. He scared me. Okay, all right. We'll go check it out. You wait here. Yeah.
Why don't you do that, Sideburns McGee? Come on. I am a big man, yes I am. I have a big gun. You could just kind of ricochet a grenade up there. Hey, hold on, hey.
No grenade. George Henry. George, what are you doing here? I'm a maintenance man here. Lift up your shirt. Let me check your belt line.
Ooh.
Don't shoot. Lift it up. Turn around. Slowly.
All right, do
Keep
the
going.
truffle shuffle.
Okay, get out of here. Walk past me. Go on.
All right, so he obviously gave away his position, so... It's Osama bin Laden! I guess we're doing this to build tension, I guess? Wow. A hostage had good state of mind, nowhere to run to.
If you shot here, you risk shooting an innocent hostage.
Right.
If you shot here, it was tactically correct, although taking cover would probably be safer.
Now you shoot.
If you shot here, you were shooting an unarmed man as he tried to surrender.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell that. And who would turn around and just be like, you know, okay, I shot at a cop, whatever, I didn't get him.
137, family fight in progress. 9349, Bruce.
I thought they said, oh, domestic. Screw that.
7, Harbor Holiday, 880 Union Ocean Point.
I asked a friend of mine why he worked at the ACI and didn't want to become a cop, and he said because in the ACI, at least you know what you're walking into. He's saying you walk into a domestic disturbance, shit can go crazy really quick, and I guess I took his point on that.
Ma'am? Ma'am? What's the problem here?
I'm out of vodka! I'm out of vodka!
Calm down and explain to me the situation. I'm not going to calm down and explain nothing. This is the last time he's going to pull this on me. I want him out of the house. Okay, I'll hear you out, and then I want to hear his story. No more here, no more listen. I want him out of my house. You hear me?
Is she missing an arm? Oh, she's got a gun. Wow. Wow.
Okay, I'll hear you out, and then I want to hear his story. No more here, no more listen. I want him out of my house. You hear me?
As soon as you spot the woman's gun, you should take cover, draw your own gun, and order her to drop hers.
He's not going to be any more things. I'm going to be done. I want him out of my house. I'm tired of this whole life.
At this point, for your own safety, you should shoot. But like many grave situations in police work, your own instincts and moral judgment will come into play. There is no absolute right or wrong in many shootings. The decision must be based on tactics, policy, and experience, combined with your perception of danger.
It just kind of goes against like what she wants. If she wants this guy out of the house, why would you shoot at the people who you're hoping would get him out? I don't know.
Individual human decision.
The deaf and dumb guy gets shot every time.
I found that as I was acting out the part, that my heartbeat was going up, my breathing got to be very shallow, and I could feel I was very nervous. One thing that did surprise me was that my first reactions were as I would have expected them to be, not to shoot. And after I was shot a couple of times, I got to be looser with the gun, and by the end of the test, I was much more inclined to shoot than beforehand.
I went damn gun crazy.
I think that the police department is very lucky not to have me as a member of its force. I made the wrong decision almost every time. Once maybe I made the right decision. Put down your gun. It's a totally different way of looking at the world.
Put down your gun?
And I think that's important in understanding the police and how the police and the community relate. I think it's important for both sides to know that their view of the world is different.
Of course, no one police officer could have gone through the variety of confrontations that you've seen today.
Hey, who
Still,
could,
any
right?
officer who goes out in the street well prepared knows that he or she could be involved in a shooting at any time. And the unfortunate reality is that everyone, including you, is a suspect until proven otherwise. So if cops seem a little too cautious, or aggressive, or suspicious, it's good to remember that we're paying them to be that way, so that we don't have to.
Well, let's not write him a blank
high
check
and
either,
sometimes
but
deadly
I
price we
understand
pay
his
to have peace
sentiment
officers
behind that.
wage our war on violent crime.
Person has 13 Adams partners been shot. He's at 1405 East 61 Street. 10 on the ambulance. Are there any suspects outstanding?
We have one barricaded suspect.
Duck or goose? You
San Fernando
decide.
barricaded suspect at 1411 East 61 Street. Is there a unit there on one or less only?
Yeah, right? That was... Yep, that was Columbo's big thing. Oh yeah, just one more thing. Good to see you, John.
We are continuing the location. 13 Adam.
10 for there's numerous units responding. Keep the air clear, please.
Oh, I was 82, not 84. Bristol Myers. What are they selling us here?